So you're looking to move out of California to a freedom-loving state like Idaho or maybe Texas, Tennessee, or Florida, and you're trying to decide where to go, if you should even leave at all, and whether or not you should do it. Well, I'm just gonna speak to you from the heart why I moved and why if you are looking to move from California, why I think you probably should, whether or not that's Idaho or another state. Now, I myself moved from San Diego, California with my wife and my 3 young children. It was a very difficult decision to make, but I felt that it was absolutely critical and necessary. As a 3rd generation San Diegan, I was so proud of being from California and specifically from America's finest city, San Diego, but I decided to make the move to Idaho, and certainly among the chiefest reasons was the freedom that you can experience here in Idaho. People here are actually fighting for freedoms, fighting for conservative values, and if that's what you're looking for, Idaho is probably the right state for you. It actually shifted 5 or 6 points more conservative in the last election cycle, so people are actually here standing up and fighting for true freedoms and what America was really built on. In fact, when I was looking to move here to Idaho and then I was telling people, hey, I'm moving to Idaho, I was told, welcome to America, and you're gonna love it in America. So it really is what America was built on. What we were fighting for is those true values and ideals of America. I came across this clip recently from a California state senator that was really moving and impactful for me, and with some recent bills that were just passed. I encourage you to watch this.
I'm now in year 11 in the state legislature, and all the time we're proposing policies to protect children. After 11 years, I've come to the conclusion that we need to start protecting parents. That's just not happening. I've been here and witnessed a full frontal assault on charter schools, taking away parents' choice and how their children are going to be educated, to the detriment particularly of children of color. In recent years, we have put government bureaucrats between parents, children, and doctors when it comes to medical care. And now we have this, where if a parent does not support the ideology of the government, they're going to be taken away from the home. Now, I agree with both Senator Wiener and Senator Laird that today it only involves divorce proceedings. And frankly, a judge can already factor this in. But I can assure you it's not going to end with divorce proceedings. In the past, when we've had these discussions and I've seen parental rights atrophied, I've encouraged people to keep fighting. I've changed my mind on that. If you love your children, you need to flee California. You need to flee. We are moving towards the pathway of the Handmaid's Tale. California is becoming the new Gilead, and it just breaks my heart. I'm born and raised in this state. I love this state. I'm not going to stay in this state because it's just too oppressive, and I believe in freedom, and so I'm going to move to America when I leave the legislature.
So this little speech that he gave really impacted me in terms of when I saw this. Now, I'd already moved from California, but I was just watching this going, yeah, that's exactly me. I was so proud of being from California. Born and raised, 3rd generation, San Diegan and Californian, but it might be time to take a look at moving out of California to a place like Idaho. Now, if you are looking to make the move, I'm gonna go into a few more reasons why you may wanna make the move here and all the reasons why Californians really are moving here. But if you are looking to make the move here, I'm a real estate agent. I do help people make the move here. All you gotta do is reach out at the contact information on the screen below. I'd love to help you, or if you end up moving to a different state, I can connect you with other folks as well. But we'll sit down and figure out what really is the best place for you to live here in the Boise and Treasure Valley area. Now, before you think Idaho is just this grand, mystical, wonderful place to live, it's not exactly perfect, right? There are things that you have to contend with, and a lot of that actually is less political, but it is just things like weather, a growing population, there's more traffic, that kind of thing. So I'll dive into a few of those things just briefly, and then talk again about some of the other pros why people are moving here. So of course, we do have 4 seasons. It does get really cold here. In fact, this last winter was rather an extended winter, starting really November 1st to early April. Very, very cold, more snow than normal, but we basically get about 1 to 2 inches of snow at any given time. That being said, it also can get rather warm in the summer as well. It can reach 100 degrees for multiple days in a row. Again, last summer it actually hit over 100 degrees for about 4 or 5 weeks straight. So we just do things like going to the river where it's much cooler water, snow-fed rivers coming down. The temperature drops right around the river, and just spend a lot more time out at the river, or take the kids to splash pads. And if you happen to be indoors, energy is super cheap here, and you just run your air conditioning all the time and you're fine. But generally speaking, you want to get outdoors. I like to get outdoors and enjoy all the nature that I moved here for, up in the mountains, the river, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful mountains just an hour from my house that almost look like the Sierras to me. And that's another reason why I moved here, is to be close to nature. I had looked at other places like Texas, for instance, massive, massive state, but I was looking at the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And for me, it was just kind of a concrete jungle, hours away from any kind of true nature that I'd want to spend time in. As I mentioned, it is a growing population, has grown quite rapidly. It is slowing right now, so hopefully the state and the cities can get a little more infrastructure in. But with that does come a bit more traffic. Now, I just say, it's nothing like California. If you're thinking, because you're hearing people on YouTube talk about, oh, there's all this traffic here. Yeah, there can be traffic. Look, if you live out in, say, Nampa, Caldwell, you're gonna probably hit some traffic during rush hour if you gotta commute into Meridian or Boise, but you can also take backcountry roads and just enjoy the journey, enjoy the couple extra minutes it takes you on those country roads and skirt some of that traffic. Now, I will just say in Meridian and Eagle and Boise itself, there actually is a fair amount of traffic there simply because there are so many people that live there. So even though they have nice wide roads that are 2 to 3 lanes on each side, there just can be a lot of traffic getting impacted there, especially during rush hour time in the morning and afternoon. So personally, I don't live there. I like living out a little bit removed from that. I make my own schedule for the most part, so I very, very rarely ever hit any kind of traffic at all. I actually rarely go on the freeway. I might go on I-84 once or twice a month. Otherwise, I'm taking the backcountry roads to get places because that's really, I was kind of moving from all that because I was tired of it. In fact, when I go back to California now, it kind of stresses me out driving on the freeways, just seeing how aggressive everyone drives compared to here. So this is a little bit shorter video than I usually produce, but I just really wanted to take a look at some of the current issues that are requiring and causing people to make the move out of California. I am a freedom-loving person at my core, and again, that's why I moved here. And if that's you, I would absolutely love the opportunity to work with you. If you are looking for a better way of life, more freedoms, I absolutely love helping people just like you make the move here to Idaho. Just reach out to me, we'll jump on a call, figure out a timeline for you. Whether you're 9 days, 90 days, or even 2 years out, we'll figure out the timeline and the home that works exactly for you. If you are looking to make the move here to Idaho, all you gotta do is watch this video right here. I dive in more into the cost of living, and I'll see you on the next video.